All right, hon, we're ready for you live.
Okay, I think I'm good. I'm capturing Discord and my mic, so I should be okay.
Wonderful. Introduce yourself and then count yourself down whenever you're ready.
All right, so I am Mr. Uppercase T, and this is Catbird. I guess the second last run now. We saved the best for almost last. Funnily enough, the last time I ran this at a marathon, it was also the last run. I guess the organizers just know what's good. I guess. The gold cat won, I assume.
Shinies. Bring me the shinies.
Yes, the gold cat did win, and I've actually beaten this game 100%ed it myself. I really liked it,
really?
so I was excited to see it submitted.
What happened?
All right, cool. Okay, so we're all ready to start?
Yes, count us down.
Okay.
He was
Starting
actually
in
trolling us because don't
3,
vote for the gold cat.
2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Catbird. This is a mobile game, actually. It's available for iOS, Android. It is, in fact, free to play, so download today at your local app store. It's a pretty simple platformer. Basically, we can move left, we can move right, we can jump, and we can fall slowly by holding the jump button, aka fluttering. And that's all there is to it. There's no like tricks or glitches. We're just gonna try and move cleanly through all the levels, not die, and make fast cycles. This game is very, very cycle-based. Has a lot of moving platforms, elevators, that sort of thing. So we're just gonna... I'll point them out as we go, I suppose. This level's kind of interesting. So it has these saw blades, which you can actually get really, really close to. Basically, the teeth of the saws don't really have any hitboxes. So you can sort of get really right up next to them, save a little bit of time. So we needed to push that box onto that switch, and we can go to the exit. So this one's pretty cycle-based. I'm gonna try to get over this. Oh, no, I messed it up, so I have to wait.
If you have a free moment, let me know as we have another donation.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
We have a $5 donation from Barker Jr. with no comment, but that does put us above $1,000.
Nice. Oh, we were at exactly 1,000 before? I gotta wait here. Alright, so in this level, there's a tiny optimization I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump onto all these platforms. Basically, I'm trying to get up to my maximum falling speed a little bit quicker if I can time it perfectly. That was actually pretty good. I messed up that last one, but it was fine. Here I'm actually going to take an intentional death, and this is going to make me get a fast cycle. So basically the way that this works is at the beginning of every level there's like an unskippable cutscene that plays, but when you die the cycle will reset. This is the cycle I'm talking about, this elevator here. When you die the cycle resets, but you just gain control of the Catbird immediately. That cutscene doesn't play, so it puts you like 1 second ahead of any cycle, allowing you to make some fast cycles. And that's going to be the only intentional death in the run. Other than all the other ones that I have, I guess. Yeah, let's go with that. Small trick here, jump onto that platform from the left side. So this level has 4 worlds. We're in World 1 right now. Each world has a boss at the very end, and we're playing through all worlds in this run. But we don't have to collect any of the crowns. That's what any percent means. There's crowns in like a little over half the levels that we don't need to collect. So there's a short trick here. I'm gonna try and jump over this spiky ball instead of landing on the elevator. Saves almost a second. That's a good level. Not much going on here. You just want to not bonk into the ceiling like that. And you want to not die to the enemy. It's actually pretty tight getting over him without hitting the ceiling. That's not bad. Here I'm gonna get really close to the saw blade again, but you know, the saw blade they don't really exist. Alright, the final level of this world, there's a fast strat that saves 1.5 seconds. It involves landing on these spikes right below me. There's 2 pixels at the edge of every spiky platform where you can safely land. And if you can land on it, you save like 1.5 seconds. It's super, super difficult, so I'm not going to try it. But it is there. Oop. I don't think I've ever jumped over that switch before, but anyways. So right below me, there's one of the crowns that I would be collecting if I were doing 100%, but since this is 90%, we don't need to get them. The crowns just unlock the skins, which, like I'm playing with the gold cat right now, which is one of the skins. Alright, so this is the first boss. I'm not going to talk during this boss because he's very difficult. I need to concentrate. Nailed it. Man. I don't know how anyone ever beats that boss. He's super hard. And that's the end of World 1. So this is World 2, grassy. You can tell because it's covered in grass. The first 4 levels of this world are all very difficult, or they all have very aggressive cycles that can be made. I'm not going to try most of them. So this one, I could try to jump over this enemy instead of going under him, but it saves like 1/2 second and it's super, super dangerous, so I'm going to play it safe instead. This level I will try and get the fast cycle. You basically have to do this whole initial part pretty much perfectly. I don't think that was good enough, but we'll see. Yeah, I missed it. That's fine.
Sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, even so even though this game is very, very simple, like a lot of the levels can be very, very challenging with due to cycles, basically. This level has a fast cycle that I've done exactly 1 time. It involves like several frame-perfect jumps. That was the second fastest way, the way I just did it now. I would not recommend doing it the fastest way. Certainly not in a run. And there's a fast cycle here too that I usually don't get. Yeah, certainly not if I bonk like that. I could have beaten that box, but I'll wait. So we're 0 for 4 on the grassy gauntlet today, but that's alright. So I'm going to do a trick here. I'm going to try and jump over this bullet and continue pushing the box just like that. It's called flutter shoving, where you push a box like over a hazard. Doesn't save much time there, but we're going to do the same trick in a later level, and it's going to save 7 seconds, so it's a pretty important trick. Oh, okay. Good level there. This level's kind of neat. So there's this crate that's going to fall through the stage, and at the very end of the stage it's going to hit a switch, which is going to start bullets firing at us. But if you go really, really fast, you can actually just hit the switch yourself and not die. So I should beat the bullet cycle there, yeah. And now we have some more relaxed cycle-based levels where you spend a lot of time waiting. So randomly, these levels are significantly easier than some of the earlier ones, but that's how it goes. So you just need to go up here, hit the switch. Oops. Okay. I'm off cycle slightly, so I had to play it safe with those bullets.
What's your personal best?
My personal best for this game is like 23:30, I think. 23 minutes, 30 seconds. So this level is the second level where you could choose to intentionally die, but you can just make this elevator cycle without dying. It's a little bit tight, but it's makeable. I'm gonna wait here. I did that a little bit slowly. Okay. I'm gonna wait for this guy too. That's fine. Also, fun fact, these spikes don't exist. If you're familiar with Celeste spike jumping, it works exactly the same way. As long as you're moving away from the spikes, they don't hit you. So you sort of come at them from above, and then they don't hit you. So here's the flutter shove trick again. I'm gonna try and push this box over these spikes without stopping. Perfect. So it doesn't look like much, but it actually gets us to the switch early, which makes us a fast cycle, and this cycle is like 7 seconds long, so a lot of time saved. We get to this box 1 cycle earlier than most would, I guess. Without that trick, making that cycle is super, super difficult. Alright. So there's a trick at the end of this level that saves like a half second, but I'm probably not going to go for it. This level's very long and there's no checkpoint. What am I doing? Blech. Or I could just die anyways, that's cool too. Alright. So the reason I died there is because I felt like doing the level a second time and, you know, really wanted to show off how cool this level is. Yeah, let's go with that.
Good old... There's no checkpoint here. Oops.
Yeah, well. These things happen. It's first death so far, so not too bad a run. Alright, so this is probably my favorite level in the whole game. Let's see if we can do it. Whee! Nice. I have a friend who affectionately calls this level the Trench Run, which I think is a fairly appropriate name. Alright, final level of World 2. There's a neat cycle I can make at the very end. It's not too hard, this level's pretty straightforward, so I expect to make it. There's a lot of pauses to get back on cycle. Ooh, okay, now I'm gonna play it safe. You could get to that trampoline before the bullet hits, and then you get a very nice cycle here, but I hesitated for a second, but that's fine. Yeah, someone in chat is saying this game looks amazing and I want it on PC. I agree, I think this game is a lot of fun, but sadly, mobile only. So this is the second boss. I have to hit these switches on the left and right hand side a few times to get them to explode. I'm gonna wait here for a second. And then I'm just gonna jump to draw his fire to the ceiling. Which is fine. And that's the end of World 2. Okay, so this is World 3, Winda. I guess you can tell because there's a lot of wind. So yeah, it introduces this wind which allows you to fly. I find this world to actually be the easiest of the 4 worlds. A lot of the levels are really just relaxed and there's not a lot of fast cycles. So this level, for instance, I'm literally just going to hold right and jump appropriately and we'll, you know, get a world record, I guess. There's a...
I mean, jump appropriately is the hard part.
I guess, yeah. Have you considered pressing the right buttons in the correct order with perfect timing? Oh, no, I never thought of that. Oh, man. Just do that. But this world does introduce these squirrel enemies that fire like red dodgeballs out of their cheeks. I don't know if you were paying attention there. But yeah, they're super annoying. If you ever find... They're fine like when you're on the expected cycle, but if you're off cycle, they just like kill you every time. So nice little double bounce on that switch there. Gets that bullet out of your way. Alright, so here I'm gonna just hug the ceiling. Oops. And then I'm just gonna hug the ceiling. Works every time. I'm slightly off cycle here, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I slowed down a smidge. Okay. Well, this will be awkward. Add the checkpoint there. Yeah, you could usually do that whole second part without stopping at all, but I made one slight misstep, so I had to stop for every single one of those bullets.
Playing like a regular person playing the game.
Yeah, well. So these blue diamonds sort of fling you into the air. They're like one-time use trampolines, so don't mess up, I guess.
Feels like Celeste.
I guess, yeah, they're like the refresh diamonds.
That catbird pilfering of Celeste's.
No, it was Celeste that's copying Catbird. This game came out first.
No. Fair.
Tight cycle there. Yeah, we're fine. This is fine. Yeah, so there's one of those squirrels there. They're really annoying sometimes. This level has a very tricky cycle. I'll see if I make it. No, that was not good enough. So the fast cycle would be to go under this box, but I'm gonna wait. Because my jumps were not that clean. Someone in chat's asking how I'm capturing this. I have a... so this is on an iPad, and I have a Thunder to HDMI adapter. And I should not explain how I'm doing that while how I stream while doing a difficult level. That's fine. So I reset the level there to reset the cycle, because this on a normal cycle is pretty easy, but when you mess it up. Anyway, so I have a Thunder to HDMI adapter, and then I have a capture card on a tablet. So this level's kind of interesting. You can actually clip out of bounds in this stage. If you want to pay attention to this box, watch like how it gets pushed into like the stone block. Like the physics of it is super weird, and you can use that to push yourself out of bounds and just like get up below the stage. It has no practical purpose, but it's kind of interesting.
Maybe there's like a warp to endgame credits mode there.
Well, I've looked for one. I haven't found one, so. This level's very neat, I think. It all just works out just so that you can make it through, get over those enemies. And this is the second level in this world where I'm just going to hold right and jump appropriately. This one's a little bit trickier, but you still just get the world record every time. Alright, this is the last flutter shove of the run. This one's tricky though because of the wind. Yeah, I messed it up a little bit, but that's fine. And here we have the elusive auto-scroller. Common to many platforming games, the auto-scroller is really, really annoying. Fortunately, this is the only auto-scroller in this run, and it's pretty short, so. So this level also has a strat that I've done exactly one time. It took me, I think, 350 deaths to prove that you can get a slightly faster cycle by doing like some ridiculously dangerous things, but I'm just going to do the regular strat. It's like 2 seconds slower, I think.
350 deaths, you say?
Yeah. There's a nice death counter in the top left corner of the screen that's very convenient for tracking things like this.
Oh, what's his boss?
This is Big Bear. His hands are made of loaves of bread.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Checks out.
So fun fact, I was once running this game, and I was running the category that's just World 3, so this would be the final boss. And I was 1 second ahead of world record pace, and then, so all I had to do was like just finish the boss. So I killed the boss, and all I had to do was get to the portal at the end of the level, and then I fell in the water. It was pretty great.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. I have it clipped on YouTube, it's pretty funny. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Alley-oop. Alrighty. So now we just have World 4. World 4 is sort of like a bonus world, so I need to actually skip a bunch of cutscenes and menu over to it. Zipsa. Alright. So right off the bat, there's a trick here called free jumping. I'm going to try and get up on this ledge early. So how that works is when you go through a portal, if you're touching the ground while you go through the portal, you can jump for like a few frames on the other side, even if the destination is in the air, which was what I did there to save like about a second to get up on that ledge early. I'm going to do it again in the next level, actually. So right here, I'm going to go through this portal and jump. And get this key early. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to push this box through the portal and then jump off of the box, but that's like 4 seconds slower, so we do it that way. I think I'm fine here. Yeah. You can usually get past 4 of those enemies. Okay, this room is pretty tricky. So I'm gonna actually, again, I'm resetting the level to reset the cycle, because the death cycle is much harder. I'll give this a few tries. It's a cool strat. Oh, there we go. It's trickier than it looks. The portals spit you out in sort of a very sporadic way, and you can't really see what you're doing, because the camera doesn't follow you through the portal that quickly, so it's a bit tricky. So these yellow beams they're lasers, they kill you, if that wasn't obvious.
Lasers generally do.
Yeah.
Laser friendswear.
Oh, okay. Well, we missed the fast cycle in this round. That's fine. I have to wait here for this dodgeball, which is also fine. As long as you don't die. Okay, so I'm gonna sneak under this third guy. For whatever reason, those first 2 guys often kill you if you try and sneak under them, but the third one doesn't, which doesn't make a ton of sense, but anyways. Ah. Tried to get the fast cycle, but it's a very tight jump. Okay. Got slightly off cycle there, but that was alright.
It amuses me how fast the cat falls.
Yeah, he does fall pretty fast.
It's like made of stone, that's why he can't fly out.
Alright, so there's a tiny optimization here where I'm going to jump right when I'm pushing the box off the edge. It basically lets you push the box less far and lets you start falling a little bit quicker. I've done it in pretty much every level where I've pushed a box off of a ledge, I just haven't mentioned it until now, I guess. But there's a lot of tiny things like that. Here, for instance, you could just hover over this entire level, but you actually want to hit as many portals as you can, because each one saves like a couple of milliseconds. Ooh, darn. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick up this key without stopping. I'm gonna pick up this checkpoint without stopping. And then we're gonna make a fast cycle because of it, hopefully. That was a bit slow. Darn. I tried to get it anyways.
Oh no.
But we got the checkpoint, so not a huge deal. Okay, we have to do this level very quickly. There's a squirrel at the end of this level, and it's just the worst squirrel in the game. It's impossible to dodge any of his attacks without just parking yourself. So you just need to get there before he does his attack. So, that was good.
That was the squirrel.
Yeah. Alright, final level here. Easy peasy. We even got the crown. And now we just have the final boss. So this boss fight is like a minute long. It's super awful. This is actually, it is the hardest boss. I mean, that's not a very high bar. All the bosses are very easy, but it really sucks when you die to this boss like 45 seconds in, which happens.
Just you know, perfect timing.
Oh, right. So the tricky thing is his third attack here. That should be good. So he fires 3 bullets, and then he fires 4 bullets. Sometimes he does it in the other order, it's random. So you want to park yourself in a location that dodges both of those attacks. And the spot that dodges both is like 5 or 6 pixels wide, which is pretty wide, but you don't have a ton of time to get into it, and sometimes you just mess it up and die, which is unfortunate. Okay, so I need to get into that spot again. Oh no. Okay, that's good. And this is fine, I can just dodge this way. Okay, so time is when I go through the portal at the end of the stage, which is right here. That is time.
That's pretty close to personal best, yeah?
Or
what's the stream is a little behind.
Well, yeah, it's like 24 something.
That is a
personal best was
24:30.
24:30, nice.
24:30.
Yeah. So my PB, which is the world record, is 23:30, so that's not bad at all. All right, so that's Catbird. So thanks for watching, and thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.